Hey everyone, Val here. And I thought I would come on and do a live chat today to see if anybody's around and wants to talk about the cruise. Had any questions about the cruise that we just took, or if you wanted to talk about fitness or anything like that. So, oops, I've got to minimize you because I've got to be able to see the chat. That would be good, huh? There we go. All right. So I'll just kind of hang out and talk while see if anybody comes online. I wanted to do a fitness update for everybody because I know I didn't do one on the cruise. When we were on the cruise, I tried to do some live streams, but they didn't work out really well. The internet on the cruise was really, really slow. And I know if you go back and look at the live streams that we did off the ship, they were kind of choppy. We got cut out a lot from them. It seemed like we could see people chatting, but for some reason we couldn't get into Google Hangouts. We couldn't get ourselves back in, so we had no idea how to do that. So we ended up cutting the chats off, and when we came back and tried to restart chats, we lost our viewers. So it really didn't make a lot of sense to do that. I don't know if it's because we were out in Western Caribbean or it was the Royal Caribbean's internet or what it was, but we tried 3 or 4 times. We have 3 live chats that are still posted, but there's a lot of gaps in them because it just didn't work well. I apologize for that. I wanted to try to do streams from out on the ship so y'all could experience a little bit of it with us. Wanted to try to take you guys along, but let's say we tried. That's the best we could do, I guess. Besides that, wanted to talk about fitness because I know I haven't done that in a little while because we were gone for the 2 Saturdays. I was still tracking. I took my fitness tracker with me and had that on. And the only time I did take it off was when we were scuba diving or snorkeling because I couldn't take it in the water or swimming. I did better on the cruise than I did the week when I came home because when I came home, I had an ear infection in my left ear. My left ear canal is a lot smaller than it should be. So the water when I'm swimming doesn't drain out of my ears well. Trying to figure out how to work that and still be able to dive and stuff. They can't put tubes in my ears because you can't have tubes in your ears when you're a diver. So anyway, I came home with an ear infection because we did do the 5 dives on the cruise, and we did some snorkeling, and I did swim in the pool a couple times. So because of the pain in my ear and just being lazy from being on the cruise, I guess I just took the whole week following the cruise off from walking and being fit. So I have a really bad reading for last week. Last week I only did 31,263 steps, which was the average steps of, hi Patty, that's my sister Patty's here. Average steps of 4,466 per day. That's really low because that's less than 2 miles a day. It's right at about 2 miles a day, which is really low for what I want to do. I want my steps in the range of 6,000 to 7,000 at least daily so that I can get in at least 3 miles a day. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do, but it didn't work last week. I just wasn't feeling it at all. My distance for last week was 13.89 miles, and I'm looking down because I'm reading this off paper. And total distance for the month, because today is the 11th, I've only got 23 miles in. I'm trying to do 100 miles a month, and we have a few more days in the month, so I need to get stepping. Last month, I wanted to tell you how I ended up my month. For the last week of the month when I was on the cruise, I had 48,653 steps, which was average steps of 6,950. Now we were up and we were walking around the ship and everything, so we got a lot of walk time in. So that really helped me out because the average distance per day was 3.11 miles, which was good. And so my distance for the week was 21.76 miles. Now you got to remember I was in the water a lot and we did a lot of diving and stuff. So those miles, however much we swam or whatever, they didn't count. So the distance for the month was only 84.45 miles, which I did not hit my 100 miles for the month. I hit it in January, but I didn't hit it in February. So let's get back to walking. If anybody's walking with me and trying to do the 100-mile challenge, because I didn't do it in February. Hopefully y'all did it in February, but I was going to admit it, I was slack. So there's not too much I can say about that, but you know, I tried. I just wasn't feeling it last week. Patty and I did walk yesterday. We walked a little over 3 miles. Well, together we walked about 2 miles, but I had another mile. So I got in a little over 3 miles yesterday. I haven't really done much today because we went to church this morning. Of course, we had to turn our clocks ahead, so I lost an hour's sleep. Went to church this morning. I came home. I've been trying to do a little cleaning because being away on the cruise, things really need to be caught up. Tried to get my taxes started. Got those almost done. And just decided it's time to take a break. Steve is cooking some ribs. We're trying out a new spice that we got at Sam's Club. So we're going to have some ribs for dinner, which probably isn't that healthy, but I haven't been doing good. So on my eating, I did get to the grocery store yesterday, got some healthy food because we haven't had any all week. I haven't had time to go to the grocery store. So I do have my yogurts and my berries and my fruit and my vegetables now back in my refrigerator so I can start eating healthy again. I'll have some ribs for dinner, but I'll probably eat vegetables with mine and I'll make potatoes for him and the boys. So that is what we're doing. If anybody's out there, say hi to me so I know that you're watching. I'd like to get into a little chat about the cruise or anything you guys want to talk about. So put your names up in the chat and we'll talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. I did want to come on and kind of give you a wrap up on the cruise. We had an awesome time. The weather was perfect. I don't think we had a bad day in there. The temperature was perfect all week. Got out on the balcony a lot. Thomas. Hi, Thomas. How you doing? Thank you. It's good to be home. We're already trying to plan our next cruise. So I was just trying to do a little wrap up on what's going on, how our cruise went. And I was saying we had an awesome time. The weather was just perfect. And the seas were nice. We never had a bumpy ride. Oh, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. I know. I wanted to sneak you into my luggage, but you know, I'd have been a really bad influence on you because I ate so bad, and I did get a lot of walking in, and I did get a lot of exercise by diving and stuff. But my eating was, I'm sorry, it was really bad. I don't have the willpower you have to sit and look at something chocolate and not try it. So I am admitting that I didn't eat right. And Pat P is my sister, and Let's Get Fit is Sandy, and Sandy inspires me every day with her fitness, and she's doing awesome. And I'll put that encouragement out to you, Sandy. I really love your channel, and you do try. When I eat something I shouldn't eat, I think about you, and I say, well, Sandy would say, Val, put that down. But I try. I really try. But with the cruise, the weather was perfect. It was very relaxing. We had a great time. I love the smaller ship. We always love the smaller ships. It seems like you get better service on a smaller ship. I'm glad you liked my videos this week. I've got so many more videos to put out. I'm trying to put out a little every day. I've got a lot of underwater video to go through and try to figure out what I want to do with it, because Steve and his brother Keith and myself were all diving, and we each had underwater cameras. So I've got all the footage off everybody's camera. We've all shared our footage with each other. So I have a lot of footage to put together. Our dives were so amazing. And I can't wait to share the footage. I just got to get through it. We saw manta ray. It's the first time we've ever seen a manta ray, and it came gliding through the water, and it was so beautiful and so pretty. And we all got good video of that. And I saw 2 moray eels, and I have a really good video of one of them. The second one, you can kind of see it. We had, I think, 4 sea turtles that we saw. We have pretty good footage of them. We have a couple of barracudas. One of them was a little scary because it was a little big and he was looking at us, and I wasn't really sure that I wanted to get very close to him because barracudas are kind of touchy. We swam with some stingray and some nurse sharks, which was very, very cool. Videos of lobsters we saw, crabs that we saw, just so many fish. It was beautiful. The underwater was beautiful, and we truly enjoyed it. And we were talking about Bermuda because I think, Thomas, you were the one that were telling me about Bermuda, and I think that's going to be our next cruise next summer. We're thinking maybe around June because I think the weather will be better there. Tampa. I love Tampa. We got a nice hotel right on the water. It was the Riverwalk, and we did a lot of walking. We probably put over 3 miles just walking up and down the Riverwalk and going up. There's a little area where there's like a play area for kids, and there's fountains and everything. And we did walk around that area, and we found a wonderful restaurant there. I really enjoyed Tampa a lot. Loved the small ship. Our room steward was amazing. He was very attentive and very funny, and we had an amazing time on the ship. There was enough to keep us busy and have fun things to do. Not sure if the scavenger hunt's been aired on the videos yet, but if not, it's probably coming out tomorrow night. But we did a selfie scavenger hunt where we had to go and take pictures of ourselves in front of different things that we had to find. And that was a lot of fun. We only had 15 minutes to do it, so we were trying to do it fast. Yeah, I thought you were the one that mentioned Bermuda. Because you're right here close to me in Virginia. Celebrity Summit. Okay. I think there's some that we were looking at that go out of New Jersey and some that go out of New York. Oh, that's very cool. Female captain. I mean, we're looking to do the diving there, so I'm good. We're going to research. How's the weather in June? Is that pretty warm, or do you know what time of year did you go out, Thomas? Because we want it warm enough where we can kind of dive in skin suits and not have to wear wetsuits and be able to see. But they say Bermuda has good diving. We just have to do a little more research on it and find out what the best time is. I don't want to be going out like August or September when you may get a hurricane or something that's going to mess us up. Is it? Okay. So July might be safe with the hurricanes, because hurricanes usually is August through like October. I don't want to take a chance of having the hurricane weather. Yeah, crystal clear water. The water when we dove down in Grand Caymans the week before last, they said it was like 100-foot visibility. It was so clear and so beautiful down there. I don't know why the East Coast, why we can't get water like that where you can see stuff in it. But I've been watching some videos on YouTube trying to see what other people, where they're going diving in Bermuda, because that is going to be, I believe that's going to be our next port next year. So I guess we'll have to look at June or end of June or beginning of July. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Just got to figure out what ship and where we're going to go out of. I think Steve's brother wants to go with us too, so that'll be pretty cool. Um, we didn't do a whole lot besides the water sports down in Grand Caymans. We have Steve's cousin lives down there with his wife and two children, and my travel agent had given me a free spa day um, as part of our cruise package. So I was trying to book it on a day that we were out at sea, but it was limited to port days. So I booked it on the day we were in Grand Caymans after the scuba diving. So what happened was when we got finished scuba diving, Steve and his brother went to go meet their cousin that lives down there at Grand Caymans, and I went to get my massage. So I really didn't get out into Grand Caymans much. It's our second time that we'd been there, so it was really, to us, it was no big deal. But and we may go back just to, maybe we could fly down there to spend some time with his cousin and do some more diving down there, because we truly, truly enjoyed the diving there. The lady that took us out from the dive shop was amazing. The dive shop itself was amazing, and we would go out on another dive with them. And I'll post it in the video when I post the video, because I don't remember the name of it right now, but I'll give everybody the name of the dive shop if they're interested, so that if you ever are in the Grand Cayman area, you could go there. They're wonderful. Um, we also, when we did the diving in, huh? Steve is here. Come and say hi to Steve. Thomas is online with us, Thomas Green, and he's in Virginia. And he's the one that was telling us about Bermuda. I told Steve that you had talked to us about Bermuda. So he's saying the best time, June is still a little cold, that July is much better for the diving, for, the water sports.
Okay.
So we may have to wait till like end of June or beginning of July. The junior suite was amazing.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, I definitely don't think we'd ever do an interior again, because we love our balconies. Now, whether we go to a regular balcony or a junior suite, the junior suite had a bigger balcony, which I enjoyed.
Full size.
Yeah, bathtub, full size bathtub. I don't really take baths. I take showers. So to me, that to me is a deal breaker.
It had a lot more storage.
A whole lot more storage and a whole lot more amenities, and because we got a coffee maker in the room, and they had the upgraded lotions and stuff like that in the room that you normally don't get in the littler suites. Um, I don't know. It's kind of got spoiled with that one. We might have to look into comparing prices on the next cruise. Of course, if we do the Bermuda, which is looking like we're going to do Bermuda the next time, we will. It'll only be 5 days, so we may be able to get a junior suite. It probably won't be that expensive. We'll have to look at it. Then, depending on what cruise line we take. So again, we're going to probably look at all the options. He's saying Celebrity Summit is the ship that he and his wife went on, and they have a female captain, the first female captain.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he enjoyed that ship. And we enjoyed the little ship. We enjoy the little ships better than the bigger ships. This one was so much better than, I think, Oasis of the Sea is way too big for us. I mean, if you're younger and have a lot of energy, then the bigger ships are fine, but it's a whole lot of walking to get from point A to point B. I like the more personal service from the smaller ships, and not having to fight for a place in the dining room. We never had to fight for a place in the dining room on the ship. So, I mean, we always were available to get food when we wanted food, pretty much, and find a seat.
Even the specialty dining rooms was easy to get into.
Yeah.
The shows are easy to get into.
Yeah, we never have a problem with the shows. And you have to have reservations on the larger ships, and even with reservations, they make you wait in line. So He says the Summit's about the same size as the Rhapsody.
So Radiance, what do they call the Radiance class?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll look at that, Thomas. I'll look at that one and see. And it looks like, if you're saying June is a little cold yet, because we're pretty much want to swim in skin suits where it's not as confining as wetsuits. So, the water down in the Caribbean this past week, 2 weeks ago, was beautiful, and we never got cold. I wasn't cold in the water
No.
with skin suits on. So I know some of the divers that went with us had wetsuits on, but I mean, they live there and this is their winter, and I guess to them it's cold, but to us, this is not, it wasn't cold. It was 80 degrees. So
Yeah, it was nice.
yeah, it was beautiful weather. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. Oh, he's saying the adult pool at the Summit is heated. They have like a solarium where it's only adults and no children. And
Well, the solarium on the Rhapsodies is salt water. The pool for the adult area,
Oh, it was.
It was salt water. It wasn't cold. The water was warm.
but it was salt water.
So don't open your eyes.
And the hot tubs weren't working really well.
No.
So they needed some repairs. They were hot. The water was hot, but they weren't generating the bubbles or whatever.
Jets weren't working.
Yeah, the jets weren't working. Yes, he's saying there is a private area for the adults. So do you know, does the Summit have these Celebrity Mercury we were on? That was our first ship about, 9 years or 8 years ago. They had like, what was that spa area?
I don't remember.
It was like a spa, a thermal spa. It was like a thermal spa that you paid a little bit extra, but you could use it anytime you wanted. And it was like salt water with jets in a beautiful area with saunas and steam rooms. And I have never seen another ship that had this area in it. And I wouldn't mind getting on another ship that had a thermal spa area in there. So I don't know if Celebrity has it. This was Celebrity. This Carnival. I don't know if Carnival has it.
No.
This was a Celebrity ship, and Celebrity is a part of Royal Caribbean, I think.
Is it?
But yeah, but Royal Caribbean doesn't. The ships we've been on doesn't have it. They have that on board, but I'm not sure if there's an extra charge. I'll have to check out the ship. I've got it written down because I wrote it down the last time you told me.
Yeah, there it is. We paid a fee for the whole week.
Yeah, we did. We paid like $100 and some for the week. But I'm going to check out the Summit and see what it offers, and then see what times it goes out, because we're definitely thinking about Bermuda for our next cruise, but it looks like it may be June or July next year. So might have to do something earlier. We'll see. But yeah, it was awesome. How was the ice cream on the trip? He wants to know.
Ice cream was good.
Ice cream's always good. They had more ice cream available than the Oasis did.
It was more readily available than.
We didn't have a hard time getting ice cream.
Nope.
So I think it was noon. Was it noon to
noon to
8 or something? 8 or 9. Even after the shows, I think we went up. But now that they're charging for room service, because they didn't used to charge for room service delivery, but now they're charging a fee for like $5.50 or something, $6.50, something like that, to deliver room service to you. They don't charge you for the food, but they charge a delivery fee. So we've tried to get creative on how we get food in our room. So we were going up to the buffet after dinner and getting some like cheese and fruit and stuff like that, and then bring it back and put it in the refrigerator in our room. So when we came back from the shows, we would have it if we wanted something to snack on. So, there's ways to get around a delivery charge.
I remember at the time though, when we first started, they always had a food place open.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like around the clock, but here lately, the last couple cruises that we've been on. They're shutting down the Windjammer in certain times, and so you just can't go get food anytime you want.
No, it doesn't seem like it's available like it used to be. So, which is kind of strange.
They're probably doing to cut costs.
Yeah, maybe so. And I don't know if it's a Royal Caribbean thing or if it's on all the ships. So if anybody out there knows, is it just Royal Caribbean doing that, or do the other ships have it too?
They've been on Carnival lately.
Yeah, because they used to have like a certain area where they just made pizzas and like burgers and stuff like that. But this was all included on the buffet. Did it have any damage while we were gone? No.
It was north of us.
Yeah, my daughter said the lights flickered a couple times, but they never really lost power. So I don't think that, we saw a couple little tiny limbs that, here and there, but our house doesn't have any damage. I know in Pennsylvania at his family's house, they lost power for a little while.
Well, my brothers did.
Yeah. So, but even with the room service, his brother had ordered a bottle of wine for his wife in the dining room, and he wanted it delivered to the room, and they were going to charge him a charge to deliver it to the room. So they just carried it to the room themselves. So, which is weird because anytime we've always ordered a bottle of wine for dinner on the ship, now I guess since they've added the room service charge, they don't do that anymore. So it's kind of weird that they're kind of lacking in service here and there, where they used to have, it seems like with the competition now with the different ships and so many ships now, they would try to increase the service instead of trying to offer, trying to add fees here and there. It's kind of like nickeling and diming it to death. But I don't know. But they said for the room service, they made a better menu so that they want to charge a delivery charge for the food. But I don't know. The food on this ship, the buffet wasn't bad. The dining room, I wasn't impressed with the food in the dining room.
The main dining room food was lacking.
On the Explorer of the Sea, when we went to Alaska last year, the food in the dining room was awesome. Soups were the cold soups they had, where I would eat those all day. The food, the service, everything was wonderful. On this ship, the service was not good in the dining room. I think that our server had too many tables and not enough help. We really don't even know if he had a helper because it didn't seem like, we always used to see like there'd be two people waiting on a table, and with us there wasn't. And it was really, really slow service. And then the food, we ordered some of the food we ordered on Explorer, and the taste just wasn't the same. The cold soup wasn't as good, no. So I didn't even finish my cup of soup, where I would have asked for an extra cup on Explorer. It just didn't have the quality taste. Have to pay for those $1 billion plus. Yeah, that's true. I mean, but that's a shame though, if they're building stuff and then the passengers have to pay for it because they got to pay for delivery charges for a bottle of wine they just paid, $30, $40 for or whatever. So, I mean, because it's not cheap for a bottle of wine on a ship. But, you're on vacation, so.
Anybody goes on the Oasis, I'd be interested to hear how your experience was.
Well, I mean, if everybody has their own taste,
yeah.
and not to say the Oasis or the bigger ships are bad, but it's not what we wanted to try it just to try it, or I did anyway. I kind of dragged him along, but
yeah, because I was not a big fan of going to Florida to get on a cruise ship.
Yeah, but we go pretty much every time now, but because that's how you get to the Caribbean, but without having to spend extra days. But I don't know. The big ship was just too big. It just didn't have the service the little ships have. And then having to wait in line for shows when you have a reservation, they don't let you go and sit down. And I don't know. Wasn't my cup of tea. But other people may like that, and that's fine. Special restaurants on board.
They were good. On
Yeah.
the Oasis, the specialty restaurants were really good. I can't complain about the food. The food on the specialty restaurants was outstanding.
Right. On the Oasis, we mostly ate in the specialty restaurants because we couldn't get into the other places that much.
We
We- yeah.
got some freebies too.
Yeah, we did get freebies. On the one we just went on, the Rhapsody, we did have a dinner in Chops Grill, and that was very nice. The food was a whole lot better than the Chops Grill on the
Yes.
Explorer,
Yeah.
which is weird because the Explorer, we loved the main dining room food, but the specialty restaurant we didn't care for at all. But it was different on this one. We loved the Chops Grill on this one, and they have Giovanni's, the Italian one, and Azumi's, and
That's it.
the Japanese one. I think that was
That
the
was it.
three that they had on the Rhapsody. And we only went to Chops Grill. We didn't go to the other two. I try not to eat too much pasta, and even I asked for something gluten-free in the dining room, and he was like, well, you have to order it 3 days in advance, which to me, they've never done that to me before either. So, I mean, I don't know why, if I say, I forgot what it was I ordered. Do you remember?
Yeah, you want pasta.
Yeah, I wanted like a gluten-free pasta or something, but they wouldn't do it. So, I don't know. But yeah, we enjoyed Chops Grill. So,
It's okay.
yeah, the food was good. The steaks were good. But I mean, with the last couple of days, we just spent going up to the buffet to eat dinner. We didn't even go to the dining room.
Did she tell you about the steakhouse we ate at in Tampa Bay?
I didn't, and somebody asked me how I liked Tampa.
Golly gee.
It was awesome.
What was the name of the steakhouse?
Medleo's or something. I don't know.
It's pricey.
It's very pricey.
Oh gosh.
It's like eating at a Ruth Chris or something. If you know what Ruth Chris is.
The food is very.
It's very upscale. It's and we walked in jeans, and we were way underdressed. But we asked at the counter because we saw how people were dressed. I guess they were going to the concert, or where there was a Phantom of the Opera or something at the theater. And I guess that's where most people were going. And they were dressed in ball gowns and everything else. And we said, are we underdressed? And they said, no, come in. So we didn't have a reservation, but the food was outstanding.
Yep, it was.
I had crab cakes, and they were probably the best crab cakes I've ever eaten. And I've eaten crab cakes in Maryland and on the coast and everything. And they were
grilled asparagus, and I'm not much of an asparagus guy, but the grilled asparagus was really good.
Mm-hmm. It was awesome. The crab cakes were like
it's located in what they consider downtown Tampa.
If you know Tampa, there's a round building, a building that's round. It's inside there.
It's right off the river.
Off the Riverwalk.
Right next to the Riverwalk.
You want to go to Tampa? Oh, you want to go to Ruth Chris. Ruth Chris is awesome. We have one here near us, and sometimes my work takes us there if we meet goals and stuff.
One time they took you there.
They took me there twice.
They took you there twice?
And then we went to that other place, which was not even close to Ruth Chris. But we've been to Ruth Chris too ourselves.
You and I, yeah.
But you can't get out under $100 for two. Very hard to get out. And we did not get out of the steakhouse in Tampa under $100.
It was expensive.
They're very pricey. And then if you add a glass of wine or something like that, then I think, it's a little much. But it was totally worth it. If it's something you don't do every day, you're just going to do it for your birthday or an anniversary or something. Yeah, treat yourself. I mean, it's totally worth going. And Ruth Chris had a what was it? Porterhouse.
Porterhouse for two.
Porterhouse for two.
That's what we got.
That was amazing.
It was big enough and enough food for both of us.
That should be one of our next videos, a trip to Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Yeah, you think they'd let us video it?
I don't know. I don't know if they'll let us video in there. Sometimes just videoing in the little restaurants, people give us weird looks. But, we do what we do. So I don't know if they'd let us video or not. I know there's a dress code in Ruth Chris. where there wasn't with the one in Tampa. But he has to be in a suit, and I have to be in no jeans, dress pants, or a dress or something like that. So, but I'll tell her. I said, Valerie says the food there is amazing. Steve will back me up.
I haven't had it in a long time. It's been 10 years since I've been to Ruth Chris.
10 years?
Yeah, at least 10 years.
You didn't go with me last time?
No.
Where were you?
Wasn't invited.
Oh, that's right. We couldn't bring spouses.
It was employees only.
Employees only, that's right. Because they didn't open it to spouses till the last time. That's right. All right, so what else went on the cruise? I told him about the scavenger hunt.
I told him about the diving.
Told him about the diving. I told him what we saw when we dove.
Tell him about the money I threw away on bingo.
Yeah, we played bingo. We didn't win. We only played one game though. We played one time. Oh, she's sitting with him and laughing. Okay, well, I'll plead for you. Please take him to Ruth Chris. He really, really deserves it. He's been good. He gave us good tips about the cruise. I want to see your video. Go video it and put it on YouTube. It'll inspire me to take Steve. Or Steve can take me.
Steve, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we need to save a little bit now. We spent a little bit on the cruise, but that's okay. It's a vacation. So we did play a little bingo. That just one time that we went to play bingo. The other times, I think we did the scavenger hunt instead. We did have some scratch tickets. I'm not going to tell you if we won or not. I'm going to post that. That'll be a video coming up eventually here when I get this stuff straightened out. We did some snorkeling, and we also went to, and we have video of this too. When we went on our snorkeling excursion in Belize, the lady that was the guide on the boat, we went to 2 different spots snorkeling, and then at the end she said, "I have a surprise for you. I'm going to take you someplace." So they took us into like this little cove area, and there was another boat in there, and there were these really large tarpon that were swimming around. And she said, "You can feed the tarpon." She gave us everybody a cup with like 3 little fish in them. And she said, "Don't hold it like this, because when they come up, they'll grab your hand, and they don't really have big teeth, but enough where they would scratch you."
They'd leave a mark.
Yeah, they would definitely leave a mark. They would bite you. She said, "You have to hold the fish between your finger and dangle it over the ship, and then they'll come up and they'll hit your hand, and they won't grab you." Now, one lady was holding it upside down like this in her hand, and they did get her, and they scratched her here. That lady that told me she was holding it like that, she had a scratch on her hand. So, but anyway, when we held it out, the first couple hit. I did one, and you did one, and then the last one I had, my thing was smaller. My fish was smaller. So when I held it up, I don't know where this fish came from, but he was big, and he made a really good splash. And the lady said, "I hope you got a video of that." And Steve had it on video. So I'm going to post that when we get to that point of the cruise, because that'd be cool. And I'm going to slow down the video so we can see the fish coming up. So I think that'd be cool. How much are they charging to play bingo? The last time it is pretty expensive. We paid.
Well, we bought the most expensive package they had,
true,
which gave us, I don't know, I bought 2 packages. It was $139, I think, or $138 for 2 packages, and it gave us probably 150 chances to win.
Because they gave you this electronic thing, and then we actually had 3 electronic things.
Yeah, because we got one free.
Yeah, because you bought 2, get 1 free. And then it keeps track of your cards, and it's playing like
36 cards
on each game.
On each
computer. Game, and then you get the paper cards. So we had 3 packs of the paper cards.
9 chances
on the paper, and we still didn't win.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was. He's saying, where do we think the best snorkeling is based on our cruise experiences?
The best snorkeling. Where I think the best snorkeling is. Well, it depends on where you go, I guess.
Belize was okay.
But at the same time, my brother went on a snorkeling trip and they had a terrible experience. So it just depends on which one you pick. If you're going to Belize, if you don't pick, because he said the current was so rough and it was tough. But the one that we went to, the current was really nothing.
Right.
It was really nice. I liked it.
It was, and we got up around some coral reefs.
Plus, you get to see
and then they took us
to
the stingrays and the nurse sharks, and they were feeding them, which was very cool. But his brother didn't want to go in with the sharks, which the nurse sharks won't hurt you. They're pretty much bottom feeders. So, I mean, it wasn't a big deal at all. When we went to Antigua, we snorkeled with stingrays there, and I think that was set up a little bit better the way they did it there than Belize did it.
Yeah. You actually could have the opportunity to feed the stingrays in Antigua.
Yeah, it was a much better experience for me. We've snorkeled in the Bahamas before, but the water was amazingly cold.
I didn't care for snorkeling in the Bahamas.
I think it was too cold, though.
Yeah, it was cold. We swam through a bunch of baby jellyfish.
And yeah, we got
zapped by a baby jellyfish.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Hey, Steve. How are you today?
Steve. What's going on?
Of the operating agreement.
Why did you do that?
I don't know what I did. No idea.
Oh, well, that happens. But
I would suggest that you don't waste your time on Amazon associate sites, because you ain't gonna make no money.
But Thomas, if you like the snorkeling, if you don't scuba dive but you want that scuba dive experience, go to Grand Caymans and do the SNUBA. It's SNUBA, and you're hooked to the regulator, but the tank is on a raft above you, and there's a great place to go out SNUBA on a shipwreck, and we truly enjoyed that when we did that. That's one thing that kind of got us into the scuba diving.
And Grand Caymans.
And
Grand Caymans is really nice.
And they were swimming with us.
He asked about the show. Did you see that?
I'm sorry. Entertainment on Rhapsody. They had a hypnotist that was kind of funny. He did a good job. I thought he was good. The first show was it was like a dance show.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because the lady that was up on stage at the end of the show, I met her in the elevator, and I said, "You want to see the video?" And she kind of looked at me weird. No idea what. Just alone. I don't want to freak her out.
Yeah. So the shows were good. Yeah, SNUBA's cool if you want that scuba diving experience. There was a comic that was on there, a female comic. I didn't think she was that funny. I wasn't real thrilled with her.
Her late night show was probably a lot better.
Yeah,
so she was probably a lot nastier.
Yeah, it was probably foul.
She was keeping it clean because of the kids.
The kids, but Steve wants to know how my diet's going. Yeah. Not good. I'll tell you what, I'm not one of those strong people that can be on a ship and see all this chocolate and this stuff and say, no, I'm on a diet. No. If I'm on vacation, I'm going to eat. So,
we did walk. We did walk on the boat while we were there because we didn't want to get
too fat.
Well,
too out of shape because the diving was tough.
The diving took a lot out of you.
Especially the last one in Costa Maya when we were diving. The boat was just tossing us around this little boat, and it was rough getting in the boat. It was rough getting out of the boat. It was rough just being in the boat.
It's rough on top of the water.
Yeah, and we have video, so we will get that video out. We just got to get this stuff edited. I'm now that I went shopping yesterday. All week I didn't have any diet food because I've been shopping since the cruise, but I did go and get me some fruits and vegetables and yogurt and stuff where I can eat healthy this week. I've tried to be good last week, but I wasn't even feeling good last week because of my ears, so I did the best I could. I'm going to get serious again this week, get back on the treadmill. I did walk 3 miles yesterday. I eat a lot of seafood. Steve doesn't eat as much seafood. He's not a big seafood lover like I am. He'll eat crab legs. They didn't offer crab legs on the cruise. They had one time up on the buffet, they had this big, huge mound of shrimp. I think I may have taken a picture of it.
Steamed shrimp, you did.
And I just said, Steve, get me a whole bowl full. So, and they did. They had some.
And they were actually serving. They actually were serving those shrimp to people. They weren't letting people just get what they wanted. They controlled that a little bit.
Yeah, and they had some calamari and cold scallops and stuff. I'm not much for cold scallops, but that was all. It was like a cold buffet with mussels and clams and stuff.
Mussels and shell.
I tried a little bit. Yeah, I love lobster. I have my lobster, most tails, I should say, but we kind of took off and didn't hang around too long in the dining room, so I only got one lobster tail this time. Hi, Lori. How are you? Okay. I'm glad you like the cruise videos. We got a lot more coming. I'm trying to put them out a little bit at a time. I don't want to put out like 10 in a day. Plus, I have to edit them. And I have a lot of underwater footage from the diving to edit yet. So you're going to see a whole lot more. I just haven't got time to edit it all yet. And I probably won't put a video out tonight because I'm doing the live stream. But we wanted to come on and just say hi to and kind of keep you guys up on the cruise until you get to see the videos. I just wanted to do kind of a follow-up because our live streams on the ship really didn't work for us. Yeah, we feel rested. I think we feel rested. Yeah, the underwater was beautiful. The shows were good. I mean, I didn't really have any bad experience on the ship. I mean, there's things you like better than others. The massage, I got a free massage through my travel agency. The lady did a wonderful. But yeah, the cruise was, but check the food in the dining room. There was plenty of options.
Well, they would have had large.
I mean, I got everything. Yeah, I tried a little bit of everything. So,
Hey, Pat.
Patty, yeah, Patty's been on. She's hanging out with her doggies.
Oh, video's starting to break up.
Yeah, I noticed it said disconnected, so we must have had a blurb in our internet system here. So, but I think it should be fine.
Step one. say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on. I'm proud of Rob and Patty and all of y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have any more questions, let me know, and we'll try to answer those for you. I am definitely going to go look into the Celebrity Summit and see what they have to offer for cruises. Maybe our next one next year, going to Bermuda. So want to thank everybody for watching, and I hope everybody has a great evening. Bye.